All right, so here we're going to put an animation within this button symbol. Um, so what I'm going for here is like this example where it kind of pulses. Okay, so let's break this down and look at this and how it's created. So when I go into, I first have to make sure I have enable buttons, simple buttons turned off. So what I have to do first is go into the symbol, and I can see I've got my typical up, over, down, and hit features already assigned. Now I'm adding an animated feature within this, but I only want it to show on the up part. So I've created a keyframe. I created a new layer and a keyframe here. And once I go into that, so if I double click on this, you can see that I'm now within a movie clip symbol within my button symbol. Okay. And I have access to change the color and the style of this and create shape tweens in its own timeline, and it pulses every 2 seconds. Okay, so kind of see how it's broken down now. Let's go back to this and let's start to apply it to our button. So I'm going to go in here and I want to create a new layer. And when I do that, see how it opens it up for all of them. I don't really want that to happen, so I'm going to go ahead and clear out these because I only want it pulsing in its default state. So I'm going to go remove frames, and I'm going to go to this one. And when I click on the object, I see it has a green line around it, which means that it's grouped. Okay, I grouped it when I created it just for ease. So what I have to do first before I can go into that is go to modify and ungroup. And so I have this and I have the text. I'm not going to be playing around with the text. So to kind of protect it, what I'm going to do is modify and group that text by itself. I'm going to go back to the outer parts. I'm going to right click on it and I'm within my play button symbol. I'm going to convert to symbol again, but I'm going to make it a movie clip symbol. I'm going to call this one Pulse. That's it. Okay. And then, oh no, I now can't see my play text. And that's because you created an object, a new object in the scene or within this button, and it's always going to go on top. So in order to put that back, what I'm going to do is right click on it, and I'm actually going to arrange and send backward or send back. And so now it shows up the way it should. I could have waited to do that till later, but it works right now. So I know I'm with it. I have my symbol selected right here. I know I have a group for this. I just want to deal with this part right here, the symbol part, and it's the blue outline. So I'm going to double click on this symbol. Now I'm inside of it. And I have my own timeline, and I have access to change the color of my shape here. So kind of like I've done before, I'm going to go to 2 seconds, and I want it to go from black to another color to black again. So since I want it to stay black at the 2 second mark, I'm going to hit F6, and it holds it there at black. At the 24th frame, I'm going to hit F6 again, but I'm going to click on the object and I want to change it, the fill, to something different. So let's make it red. Okay, so now it flashes every second. But I want it to kind of pulse, like I want it to kind of ease in and out. So I'm going to go to this and right click and go to create shape tween. And this space right here, right click, create shape tween. And now you can kind of see how it actually does that cool little pulse. Now there's different effects that you can do to this as well. You have classic ease. You can edit the easing. You can blend it differently as far as the actual animation. How smooth do you want it to go from black to red? you have different ways that you can customize that animation curve within the tween here. But I'm okay. It already adds just a very simple tween to it, and that's all I need. All right, so let's test it out. Let's back out, and let's go to Control Enter, and now it pulses. That's all I wanted it to do. So that's how you can add a simple little action and motion. And I know it works only on that up version, because when I hover over it, I can see that it no longer applies, and I can click on it as well. So it doesn't do anything yet because I haven't added actions. So that's next.